The time is 10 minutes past 8 a.m. Today, the 12th day in the month of June 2021. And it is the 28th anniversary of the very popular June 12. You'd recall that on the 12th of June 1993, an election was held in Nigeria. Nigeria was supposed to return to democratic rule after years of the unrighteous military intervention, which took place in 1983 when the then Major General Muhammadu Buhari toppled the government, the democratically elected government of Alhaji Shehu Shagari. The jackboots encroached on the seat of government, and then 1985, Buhari was toppled by Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Some call him the evil genius, some call him Maradona, but he was a self-styled civilian military president, or military president of Nigeria, if you like. And then 1993, power was to be returned to the civilians. We were supposed to have a democratically elected government. And then the SDP had the late Chief MKO Abiola as its flag bearer, while the NRC had Chief Alhaji Bashir Tofa, why am I calling him Chief? Alhaji Bashir Tofa as its flag bearer. It was reported and widely accepted that the SDP won that election. It was a two-party system. The SDP won the election, all from the south to the north. But the military, in its own dark wisdom, decided to annul the election. And it has been said that that was the turning point in the history of Nigeria, because that election held a lot of promises for the country. It was about the most unifying election that I ever held in Nigeria, where race, tribe, tongue, and religion were not part of the considerations. You'd remember that MK Abiola was a Muslim, and so was Bashir Tofa. But then voting was done across religious and ethnic lines. Abiola was widely accepted all over Nigeria, but the military decided that it was not time for that election to work, and it was annulled. And today, Nigeria is where it is. But then June 12 has not been forgotten, though that mandate was killed by the military. Though the one who had the mandate is dead, June 12 has not been forgotten. When President Muhammadu Buhari became the president of Nigeria, he took a decision that May 29 would no longer be recognized as the Democracy Day. It was moved to June 12 in honor of MKO Abiola. They call it immortalization. Some said, oh, this is a case of recognizing his mandate even in death. However, the water has been spilled and the pot is broken. But then they said an honor, whatever it's worth, is an honor. So June 12, Democracy Day, is today. And then we're also celebrating or remembering what could have been the purest, the freest, and the fairest election in the history of Nigeria. I think it is just right that when we're analyzing the issues we have as a country, I don't like to call us a nation. As a country, when we are analyzing the issues we have, we go far back as the independence years, yes, but then in more contemporary times, you want to go back to the annulled June 12 election, because then a lot of our problems are traceable to that day. But then it's a good day, Nigeria. You're welcome to the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. We're broadcasting live from the 4th floor of Cocoa House, Dubai, Ibadan. And it feels very good to be back to the microphone. My name is HEZEKIAH OLUWASEUN AKINRINDE. All right, very well. This morning, the program is going to run on 2 to 3 segments. You recall that after being warehoused and hidden from the people for a long while, the president eventually came out 2 days ago to grant an interview to Arise TV. It is no longer news that when the president speaks, it is never live. It is recorded. For whatever reasons, for the first time in a long time, Nigerians are being serenaded to painful interviews that are recorded and not live. I wonder how a president finds it difficult to speak to his people spontaneously, live. But it must be recorded so that whatever has to be done has to be done. At least perception is important. So the president eventually, graciously, in his merciful and compassionate spirit, decided to speak to Nigerians by granting an interview I prefer to call very tepid to Arise TV. Nduka Obaegbena, Ruben Abati, a former spokesperson to former President Goodluck Jonathan, and of course, Olusegun Adeniyi, also former spokesperson to the late President Musa Umaru Yar'Adua. And then, of course, another lady were the ones who, they were so favored by God. It was a very good day for them to interview the president outside of NTA interviewers. And then yesterday, like the president was saying, there is more where that came from. You guys haven't had enough. He gave us another one yesterday night. NTA also interviewed him. And then it was the same song, the same beat, the same dance. We're going to get to it this morning because we're going to be discussing the contents of that speech, if you have any. And then I will open the phone line so that you also can speak. Let's hear what Nigerians think, because the president keeps saying Nigerians should be fair to this government. Nigerians should be fair to this government. The president probably feels the shedding of blood is exaggerated. The killings are exaggerated. The pains of the people are exaggerated. So you should be fair to the president, and you should organize a Thanksgiving service to say thank you for your service. It's been 6 years of wonderful attention and care. You are a good father. So if that's what the president feels, if that's what you feel, I'm going to open the phone line so you speak. And by the way, I should tell you, if you're home or you want to go about your business today, I'll encourage you, do your business and return home. Nigeria is gradually becoming a heavily policed state. I drove through here, and the heavy presence of police on the road got me thinking, do the people have a right to protest or not? Do the people have a right to kick when they're not happy with whatever government is doing? Well, the president thinks otherwise. Policemen are on the road. Watch your backs. And of course, for those of us who are on radio, we know those who are watching too. You can be thrown off the radio anytime if you kick against this government. I'm angry, and rightly so. But then I'll leave the anger to you, so that when I open the phone lines, you speak to me. But I will ask that when you speak, you temper your language. Analyze the speech. Say what you think of what the president has said in those 2 interviews. And then don't be like Farouk Barogi. Make your language very moderate. I will give you the phone lines, or I'll call the phone lines ahead of time. Then I will bring in a guest I have with whom I'll discuss the president's speech. And then we'll see how we take it from there. Now, write down the phone lines ahead of when we can open the phone so that we can talk. The phone numbers 070 55,000 949. And lest you forget, I'm going to talk about the Twitter ban. 070 55,000 949 and 080 97,000 949. I'll take that again. You don't call now. When it's time to call, I'll let you know. 070 55,000 949 and 080 97,000 949. I'll take a commercial break. When I come back, I'm likely to open with a music. Is it with a music? With a song. I'm likely to open with a song when I come back. Don't go anywhere.
4.9. It's expensive. Do you want to learn solar installation or become a distributor of solar products? Then Listen closely. There's a company that's making solar products more affordable and accessible and training people in the business. I'm talking about BrainMass. At BrainMass, when you register with 5,000 Naira, you become a member, which gives you access to buy discounted solar products, learn solar installation, become a distributor, and also earn from referring others. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí àǹfààní yìí fò yín ro. Ẹ lè di distributor àti installer iná solar. Ẹ sì tún lè ra àwọn èlò solar power ní ẹ̀dínwó. Gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá ti register pẹ̀lú 5,000 Naira. A wà ní Suite 4 Abẹ́bí Plaza opposite NNPC filling station Àròmẹ́ta Ẹlẹ́yẹlé Ìbàdàn. Ẹ lè pè wá sí 070-311-93063. BrainMass. Power solution with a difference.
káìsàn má ṣe wá kó má ṣe yẹn fún wa wò àmẹ́dá ò lè wà láìláì ṣe déédéé kan lágọ̀ọ́ ara ìdí nìyí tí iléeṣẹ́ health consult global consult tó jalagbàtà fáwọn iléeṣẹ́ tó ń fèsò igi egbò igi àtẹwébẹ̀ pò oògùn nílẹ̀ yìí àti lókè òkun tó sì gbàṣẹ́ gbòǹtẹ̀ ìjọba fi ń pè wá láti wá fáyẹ̀wò ìmọ̀ràn àti ìtọ́ni níbi táwọn òdìní akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ ò ti mọ mọ̀rúfẹ́ ìlera tí ń bóni kálukú fínra àtògùn tá a lè lò kojú ẹ̀ ọgbà bẹ́ẹ̀ níléeṣẹ́ health consult oríṣiríṣi oògùn tó ti ní gbogbo èròjà tára nílò wà fún títà láti má gba ìsàn wọlé lágọ̀ọ́ ara tòró sàn ká dènà ìsàn ju ká mọ̀ wá wòsàn kiri lọ. ilẹ̀kùn iléeṣẹ́ wa wà ní ṣíṣí sílẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ monday títí di sátidé látago 8 àárọ̀ dago 6 àrọ̀lẹ̀. ọ̀pọ̀ àǹfààní ló wà ní iléeṣẹ́ health concern kàn sí wa lálùkò shopping complex lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ lẹ́pọ̀ MRS nítòsí Bishop Phillips Academy Ìwó Road Ìbàdàn àti ní Stanbic Bank Building Niger West Area Challenge Ìbàdàn 090-5000-4816 090-5000-4816 health concern global consult ìlera rẹ ṣe pàtàkì.
báwọn èèyàn kan bá sọ pé àgbàdo ò lè bólókòrò nàró kádùn èpè kọ́ kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè wà láyé tí ò ní nígbà kan tí èèyàn sòjòjò kọ́dún tó parí o bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú jíjẹ mímu àti lílo ara lílòkulò ó lè ṣokùnfà àwọn àìlera pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ oríkèé ara pẹ̀lú dáńgbólókún ríro ní gbogbo ìgbà kéèyàn ó jókòó kọ́ máa nà pàpà nítorí ara ríro ìgbàrúkọ ẹlòmíì ò ṣe é ṣe gbòógì láì tí ì tọ́mọ ọgbọ̀n ọdún torí yín ni o egbògi kátàkìtì ńlọ́ba gbogbo òṣòro wọ̀nyí wọ̀ yá àjàkadì kátàkìtì aba capsule torúkọ rẹ̀ ń rò bíi bàbí ara ríro kátàkìtì capsule ó ti dé ìjàkadì tí bá ìsàn wọ̀ yá àjà bákan náà kókó bit aba capsule náà rèé o òun dúró fún àwọn àrùn tó lè bá agodo ikùn wọ̀yá àjà aturat cocobit ní kò gbẹlura Islamic Heritage Herbal Clinic ló ṣe number 40 àgbéga olúwa street ìdíàhùn bus stop ẹgbẹ́dà túbà road Ìbàdàn àwọn alágbàtà káàkiri Nàìjíríà telephone 070-8575-7247 070-8575-7247 o lè rí katakita àti cocobit herbal capsule rà ní gbogbo ilé ìtajà káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà bọ́ bọ́lá yìí padà láàrin ọjọ́ mẹ́ta lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
ilé-iṣẹ́ Danobit Homes and Property tún dé o. Danobit Homes and Properties ló tó rẹ̀. àtìkò pẹ̀lú ọ̀nà rọrùn tó yàtọ̀ láti sọ yín donílẹ̀ donílé ilẹ̀ tiwa fi ní lọ́kàn balẹ̀ wàhálà ọmọ onílé òsì lọ́dọ̀ tiwa àwọn yàtọ̀ sáwọn tí ń talẹ̀ ojúgbó gbangba láàyè tó tẹ́jú nílẹ̀ wá wà àwa là ń ta Treasure Estate tó wà ní ìdó ológun ẹrúwé 650,000 naira ní plot kan Victory Estate phase 1 alábàtàmọ́ níyà ń bàdàn 5-minute drive sírẹ́lùwé tuntun àti dry port 800,000 naira ní plot kan o Victory Estate phase 2 alábàtàmọ́ níyà ń bàdàn bákan náà ìrìnsẹ́jú mẹ́ta péré sínú railway line àti dry port 850,000 naira ní plot kan o àǹfààní wà fún sísan díẹ̀díẹ̀ láàrin oṣù mẹ́ta níléeṣẹ́ Danobit Homes and Property àmẹ́ máa wá sílé iṣẹ́ wa fún àsọjẹ́ tó ń ti àjọsọpọ̀ eléyìí tó gúnmọ́ fún sísan owó ọ̀hún ẹni tó bá sanwó lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà gbé tán ó máa gba báàgì símẹ́ǹtì 5 á sì tún ṣe kọ́nà pìsì fún lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ẹ̀yin náà máa bọ̀ sílé iṣẹ́ wa fún ilẹ̀ tó fi ní lọ́kàn balẹ̀ Danobit Homes and Property a wà ní Prime Time Plaza ọba alẹ́sìn lọ́yẹ̀ phase 2 lójú ọ̀nà tó lọ sí Free Ìbàdàn 0904-779-7352 0818-841-8137.
This is what you hear on Sunday.
You were beautiful.
This is what happens before Sunday.
Where are the teams? One more slip up and you are out. Do you understand?
It's rehearsal time, everybody.
Where's my dress? So
watch Countdown to Showtime, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the intense rehearsals, painful setbacks, and all the drama as the contestants battle for the ultimate prize on Nigerian Idol. Countdown to Showtime, only on Showmax.com.
32 FM
94.9.
Safa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Kavula mo Haniteleni ko Kelize Wemaye wemodo Safa pelisizo.
All right, good morning. Thank you for staying with me. Now, before we I have my guest in the studios, but I just thought, okay, so we can give a clear direction to our discourse because we have a lot to talk about. Let me open the phone lines in the next 15 minutes so that I'll take your reactions on those interviews that the president granted. The one to Arise TV 2 days ago, and that of NTA yesterday. So let's get to it. 070-550-949, 080-97,949. Each caller will have a maximum of 1 minute. A maximum of 1 minute. 070-55,949 and 080-97,949. How do you rate the president's interviews? How do you rate his interviews? What were your takeaways from those sessions? 070-55,949 and 080-97,949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Okikiola Kosun. I'm calling from Challenge, Elewura site.
You're welcome, Okikiola. Please go ahead.
I want to thank you for this wonderful opportunity given to me by your station. I want to comment that you are doing very well.
Thank you.
Firstly, I'm also a media practitioner, and it's an opportunity for me to be able to make some comments here from what I've seen so far as regards to what the president has done. In my own view, the president is doing his own beats rightly. One, he challenged every one of us who says he has not done well to point at a particular point whereby he is not using the constitution to do what he's doing rightly. And none of us has ever risen to that occasion. And secondly, he also raised the point that he was elected as the president to oversee everything. And also we elected all other state governors, including others. But whenever anything happens, for instance, an issue happened in Ngogo, which is under one local government in Oyo State, and people want the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria to even come down to the place and see it when the state governors and the local government have not done anything. I think it's irresponsible statement for us to have called low the presidency in this regard. And as far as security issue is concerned, I want to take it from that everybody should be security conscious. We know we are fighting an open enemy of a country we never know. And some of these issues are in the house that people can see that those countries that are looking for us to break down, that are sponsoring some bastards among us, some are using that word, to be able to be a loophole whereby they will enter into us. So I want us to be very careful and understand that our country is our own, and we must be very careful about that. And as regards to Twitter, the federal government has come with a position why they took the decision they did. It may be painful to some of us because we're user of it. But the decision of the federal government is that this is an avenue where these people are getting to terrorists, where these people are actually seeing these sponsor things that are disuniting the Nigerian as a nation. And so therefore, they held them responsible for that. Some comments have gone on that these people have realized what they have done. So I am seeing that the president and the federal government are doing fine here. And the only area I think we should work further is that the local government, the federal government accused the governor of stealing. And all of us seated in Nigeria were not saying anything, we should work on it. And plus the fact that in our street you are living, sir, my brother, in our street I'm living, none of us is planting yam, none of us is planting tomato, none of us is planting anything. But every day we want to eat it and we're expecting it to come from where? But we are built out everywhere. Good morning. My president is doing well.
Thank you very much, Okikiola. Okikiola believes the president is doing well. He said, good morning. My president is doing well. Okay. 070-55,949, 080-97,949. I have my opinions, but then I'm only going to aggregate opinions this morning and then allow my guests to also do his part. 070-55,949 and then 080-97,949. 949. Those are the two numbers to call this money. Let's know what is your opinion of the president's interviews. Did you agree with a lot of the things he said? How do you rate him? Good morning. Hello, do I have you? Good morning. Okay, 070-55,949, Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, I'm having issues with my phone lines today. 070-55,949, Good morning. Okay, I'm going to have to get the engineers to look at these. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Are you there? I lost him. Please try again if you can. There's 070-55,949, Good morning. Do I have you? Hello? Hello, you're live. Good morning. Okay. I think I'll take a music break.
Land of unity, land of peace. This may sound funny, but when I look around, that is what I see. Land of such ethnic and cultural diversity. A land so rich, giant of Africa. Indeed. Land of champions, land of the best. In the midst of the adversities, we stood the test. And through all the mess of these years, one day we'll come clean. I love nature, I love the green, white, green. Oh, unity and faith.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is HEZEKIAH from Iwo, Twala Music.
Okay, thank you, HEZEKIAH. Please go ahead. 1 minute.
Sir?
Go ahead, please.
You want to talk about what the president have been addressed us today.
Yes. Well, what do you think of his interviews?
The thing that I want to talk about what the president has been addressed us is that well, the president did not tell us, let us know that Nigeria will change into better, so that there will be peace. There will be peaceful in this country. The reason why I said so is that the president was just addressing us about all what they have done, all the money that they have spent, just to be like just to claim their himself right in Nigeria. Every one of us know all the things that is going on in Nigeria already. But as how as Nigeria be now, Nigeria is in the dangerous time now.
Yeah.
That they should plan, they should tell us how Nigeria will how people in Nigeria will be in peace. So that they didn't mention about all the things that cost, cement, food, and other things, so on and so forth. So
All right.
that is what I can say about what the president. What we need from the president is that he do not let us know that Nigeria will come back into normal position.
Okay.
So talk less of saying one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria without peace. Wow.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling the station.
Yes, Jana, my own too. So make we join our hands, make we make our own cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. God bless this nation, God bless Nigeria.
32 FM.
94.9.
With Airtel Home Broadband device, your home is connected and you all can focus on the important things in life.
Enjoy the finer things in life in the Airtel HBB seasonal offer. Visit any certified Airtel shop to get a 4G MiFi at 9,999 Naira plus up to 55 gigabyte bonus data, or router at 19,999 Naira plus up to 160 gigabyte bonus data. Offer valid while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel, the smartphone network. 32 FM.
94.9.
All right, I have just about 6-7 minutes more for this. 070-55949 and 080-97949. You call, let's have your thoughts. Okay, let's pick this call before I go to read what I have on YouTube. Hello, good morning. Are you with me? Good morning. Okay, let's have another one. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Joseph. OLUWASEUN from Ibadan.
All right, Joseph, thank you for calling. 1 minute, please go ahead.
Yeah, the president has spoken well. He addressed some issues. I'm just praying for him to be able to do more better, especially in terms of security. He has tried in some other areas. No doubt about it. There's no government can finish the whole problem of the country. But we just need Nigerian as well to cooperate with the president. And we should stop unconstructive criticism. We should focus on major issues, not downplaying some effort of the government. Because I can see in most of Nigerians, it's because of the maybe political lineage or the hatred. They don't normally see some aspect where any government has done well, which is very bad. Because Yoruba need to but in most of our people, they almost condemning everything we do. But I just wish and I pray to God to help this man, especially on security.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you very much. I love the way he went straight to it and then 070-55949 and 080-97949. We have another caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling the station. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Enoch, calling from Ibadan.
I didn't get that. Your name again?
My name is Enoch, calling from Ibadan.
Enoch. Okay, Enoch, thank you for calling. You have 1 minute. Please go ahead.
Yeah, you cannot blame the president because he has not seen what you are saying. He did not hear what you are hearing. And it's only this Lai Mohammed and all other cabinets of his cabinet you can blame.
Malami.
Because they are the ones seeing what you are seeing and hearing what you are hearing. And even perceiving what you are perceiving. But they did not tell the president. Even all these things that are happening today, president might not know anything. He might be eating Fura Benunu in his compound, not knowing anything. It is where you see that you can talk of. That means the president is not Nigerian president. Do you understand?
I get you,
You
Enoch.
can just, what do you say?
I get you. I get that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. What we are saying in essence is that we should allow these people of his cabinet and tell them that let them make our president to be alive. Let them allow him to see what we are seeing. It's only we that are Nigeria that are hearing all this news. Our president is not hearing it. That is the only problem we are having.
Maybe he's busy with matters of state.
That is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Enoch. Okay. I want to read this. I want to read this comment on YouTube. Okay, let me say this. Remember, you can watch us live on YouTube at 32FM 949 Ibadan. At 32FM 949 Ibadan. You know, you can't really connect with us on Twitter again. We've been asked to suspend Twitter activities, even though some government agencies and government officials are still on Twitter. They're using VPN to connect on Twitter, but they said we shouldn't use Twitter, so you can get me on Twitter. Malamid supposedly deactivated his Twitter account using VPN to access Twitter. What a joke. All right. Adewale Rapture Kafar says, Good morning, Miss HEZEKIAH. God bless you. This government is calling on us to appreciate the performances so far. The idea of harboring nepotism and leaving states their fate of insecurity when our national TV station is blind to the reality and social media had been a means of getting some facts about incidents across our country. Why would they not ban Twitter? Maybe it's high time we stopped being a country. Why would they not ban Twitter? Maybe it's high time we stop being too religious and cry to God for forgiveness and prayed to Him to save us from this dilemma. Anyways, I've not heard this because I've not heard his interview. I think that's what he meant. Because we have no light, and I don't think I can waste my data watching the speech that will give us nothing than his usual statement. I assure you. Thank you, okay. Not my language. That's Adewale Rapture Kafar. Okay. One more call before I take a commercial break, and when I return, I'll start engaging my guests. 070-55,949 and 080-97,949. One more call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Pastor.
Oh, Mr. Tonye.
Yeah, thank you.
Tonye Brown, good morning.
Happy weekend to you, and well done in the studio.
Thank you. Same to you, too.
Yeah, the president said we knew how bad the situation was at the time he took over. That Nigerians should appreciate what they are doing now. A good talk, a nice one. Yes, it was not that things were not bad in 2016, but is it as bad as we are seeing now? That is the question. Yes, Boko Haram had some local governments on their list where the host of flags, even though Jonathan went out to rout them. If Jonathan had been allowed to continue, he would have finished Boko Haram. That's my thought. But then the president said, if he comes in, within the shortest time, soonest, the things of Boko Haram will be past things. We shouldn't even remember it. So even fuel was going to drop to maybe 40 or 50 naira. Yes, he took over in 2015 when dollars were exchanging for 160. Between 150 200. But today, dollar is exchanging 502 naira a dollar.
But shouldn't we be thankful to the government that it is not yet 600 naira?
So what are we saying? We know. And Boko Haram is still destroying. Boko Haram has even metamorphosed into their banditry. Imagine kidnapping has been a soldier sweat. Kidnapping, we are not even familiar with kidnapping in this country. The only situation where I thought kidnapping came was
that people were aware was the Chibok girls, which again, I actually thought it was politically motivated. That's my feeling. But so, I will employ look at the appointments too. Appointment within the hierarchy of government. It was just zoned. The presidency was zoned to the north, and so everything is zoned to the north.
But the president answered that question 2 days ago. He said, how would you expect him to pick people who refuse to join? I mean, these are people who have spent, in his own language, in his own words, these are people who have spent 18 years, 10 years. They've gone through the mill. He mentioned the mill like 3 times.
I wouldn't blame the president, because even after their post APC party, in 2015, El-Rufai, they had a party after the election, post-election, get together. El-Rufai was sharing that occasion, and he addressed Nigerians and asked APC to appreciate some certain individuals in their party who brought in the resources, in quotes now, resources, to prosecute the election. I know them, their names are mentioned, but I don't want to mention them here now. So, and President said, I am for nobody, I am for everybody. And if that is clear, I don't understand what that means anyway. That is my personal opinion. Up to today, I don't understand. But what I'm saying is that you cannot run a country of this large, over 200 million people, and you think that it is only one zone that has the wherewithal, the intellect, the knowledge, everything, that all the MBS, pastor, go and start. People will start with appointments in this cabinet, from the presidency down in all the ministry, departments, and agencies of government, and see who are the people there. And so you think you can make success. You brought the you would carve out a particular group that contributes immensely into the economy of this country, and that is the Southeast. You think they cannot even be the first thing. The truth is that I have been praying that, I said we should pray that the president should manage us like this in 2023. Then after that,
the president should manage us, or we should manage him.
No, we don't have a choice.
We continue to endure him, right? When you are in an abusive marriage.
We don't have a choice. The thing is that if you lead us in 2023, and then at the end, it will go, and then we'll reflect. And then retrospective.
We're always reflecting.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tonye. Tonye is saying that the president should manage us till 2023. I think we should be the one to endure this president till 2023. When you are in an abusive marriage, what do you do? When I come back from this commercial break, I will be engaging my guest. It is going to be an explosive discussion. We will analyze the president's speech, and we will discuss issues in the Southwest, especially. Don't go anywhere. The podium is about to get hotter.
FM 94.9.
Engineer, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o. Adigun òun náà rèé o ṣé wọn náà rí pé ọkọjá ara dáradára ilé la kọ́ lọ́dà bíi paradise ọ̀pọ̀ gidi gan nígbà tá a bá sì fi rí bí ọ̀sẹ̀ mélòó kan sí ìsìn èmi kíní ó ti kó lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yín tẹ́nàntì.
Àyìndé la ní n wò ló donílẹ̀ débi tọ́wọ́ akọ́rùlé tọ́wọ́ yàmí sírú agbègbè tọ́ yáàyè báyìí.
Wọ́n má bí ẹni jẹ́ ń pẹ́ san. a máa ṣe pé ń ṣàlàyé fún ọlọ́dún tó kọjá ni. pé gbajúgbajà iléeṣẹ́ alára àgbà ìdá ni Design Bricks Homes and Property ní iléeṣẹ́ tí ń talẹ̀ lọ́nà rọrùn ń bí mo já ọ sí pé ní Design Bricks Homes and Property wọ́n gbà kí èèyàn máa sanwó lẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí 5,000 sókè. wọ́n ń fún èèyàn ní búlọ̀kù àti sẹ́mọ́ǹtì téèyàn ó fi kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ foundation náà kódà tó fi mọ́ red copy survey lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. torí ẹ̀ mo fi ní kí wọ́n ní ọmọ náà gẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dún 2021 yìí. àǹfààní promo lóníranran àti pabambari ti free roofing ìyẹn bíbá ni kan lé ẹni lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. ìgbà ọ̀tún ló dé yìí ìwọ náà tètè kàn sí wọn láti alẹ̀ tiẹ̀ láwọn estate wọn tó wà ní Ìbàdàn Abẹ́òkúta Ṣàgámù Mòwe àti Níjẹ̀bú. ìwọ ṣá ti pè wọ́n sórí aago wọn 090-393-75110.
wo jẹ́ǹdé Design Bricks báyìí èmi náà fẹ́ báyé jókòó parí lálọ́ọ̀dù.
Adigun àjọsọ àtàdéhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
So, madam, what symptoms are we talking about here? Does he talk too much over the phone?
Yes, doctor.
Does he browse too much also?
Yes, too
much, doctor.
Oh, I see. And he never runs out of data, right?
Doctor, as a matter of fact, if my husband is not on a call, he's watching videos and laughing so loud.
Kai, madam, your husband has got the Glow Breaker Fever.
Yes! Catch the Glow Breaker Fever. When you register and activate the new Glow SIM, you get 600 Naira bonus instantly. Up to 100% bonus on every data plan, so you can browse, talk, and chat as long as you like. Both new and existing customers also enjoy 700% bonus on every recharge. Visit the nearest Glow World or retail outlets to register and activate your SIM.
Glow Unlimited.
Ìwọ ti jókòó ṣèdánwò àti wọlé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga láì mọye ìgbà tó sì jẹ́ wípé ìfìdírẹmi ló bá dé. Wò ó mọ́ làágùn jìnnà. Apex tutorial classes ti gbé ọ̀nà àbáyọ dé wàyí láti jókòó ṣe àwọn ìdánwò bíi NECO, WAEC, UTME, Post UTME tó sì yanyọ nígbà kan ṣoṣo. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ ni ìgbáradì tó kójú òṣùwọ̀n fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí ń bẹ ní ìpele JSS1 sí SS3 náà gbẹ̀yìn láwọn morning and evening classes wa lówó tí ò gún pa. Àwọn olùkọ́ tí mùsèmùsè wọn dá músẹ́músẹ́ tó ń ta àyíká tí mú ẹ̀kọ́ rọrùn ló jẹ́ kí Apex tutorial classes ó wà lókè téńté tábìlì. Ọ̀fẹ́ ni ìforúkọsílẹ̀. Ẹ máa bọ̀ tààrà wá sí Apex tutorial classes tó wà ní Mobil petrol station UI tàbí ládojúkọ Zenith Bank Ìwó Road. Àtúnwà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Marshal petrol station Oríta Pẹ̀rin. Ẹ tún lè rí wa ní Old Debisi Terminus Sẹ̀lẹ̀ bus stop Old Ife Road. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la wà ní His Grace Plaza Ẹlẹ́yẹlé Ìbàdàn tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè wá sórí 0805 085 4922 tàbí 0817 202 7411.
Òkú ọmọ kì í ṣe tèmi àtòkú aya o.
Ẹ̀yin àfàdúrà gbáre o. Ó tó yẹ ká lọ kọ gbogbo ń tà fẹ́ nínú pàdé àdúrà lágbà yìí kú ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta 72 hours with God. Bàbá ìsọjí orí afẹ́fẹ́ Prophet Taiwo Òjó ti CAC májẹ̀mú àánú ni Ọlọ́run ká ṣe àpàdé àdúrà ìfúnlóṣù mẹ́ta. Àkórí ìtìjú yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti Friday 11, Saturday 12 àti Sunday 13. Nígbà tí mo wò ó fín, when I look at it more closely, gbogbo ẹrù ogun tí ń ṣe tiẹ̀, ó tó àkókò fún ọ láti wá jálẹ̀ nú àdúrà. Ìkórìtà ìpínyà pẹ̀lú ìwà tógun ní 72 hours city ọ̀tà yìí. Ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ sí Ọlọ́run àti àwọn olórí ẹ̀mí bíi Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí, Dáre Melody, Ìlàjà Kétórí Ọlọ́run sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kẹ́ni ológo àrà, Bridget Adénúbi Esther, ni wọ́n máa pẹ̀lú bàbá ìsọjí orí afẹ́fẹ́ Prophet Taiwo Òjó ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. Mexican tó wà ní kìlómítà 18, Ifẹ̀ Ìbàdàn expressway ló ṣègèrè láti máa pàdé. Ọkọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ máa wà ní Ìwó Road àti Olúbàdàn Estate. Aago mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ tá a bá ti wọnú pàdé àdúrà lọ́jọ́ Friday. Ọjọ́ Monday la máa ṣọ́ọ̀rì ọ̀fẹ́. Ẹrù ogun tí kì í ṣe tiẹ̀. Mexican ní kò wá lọ já sí nínú àdúrà.
Brothers and sisters, the time don't come. We all of us go put our hand together. Bang bang, make peace day Nigeria.
All right, fine. We're now at the point of business. The Podium is the program in case you're just tuning in. And this is 94.9, 32 FM. My guests this morning. Now, you guys, what we'll do is we'll discuss a bit of the president's speech or interviews. And then we're also going to be looking at the Yoruba nation and the agitation for restructuring vis-a-vis the security challenges in the region. Dr. Victor Taiwo is the president and founder of Odua Redemption Alliance, the first self-determination organization not only in Yoruba land but in Nigeria, founded as far back as 1994. Is the convener of Akpakpo Odua, the first ever coalition of all Yoruba groups worldwide. Is the initiator of Yoruba Council of Elders, which was created in year 2000. Is a convener, Yoruba World Congress, the coalition of all the socio-cultural and self-determination Yoruba organizations across the world under the leadership of Professor Banji Akintoye. He is also the convener and Secretary General, Yoruba World Assembly, which is the new umbrella group for all serious-minded self-determination groups worldwide. He is an intellectual of high rating, a prolific writer, and a world-class author who has 18 books to his credit. So, and he's here on the program this morning to discuss with me a range of issues, which very critical is the subject of restructuring Nigeria, as it were. Dr. Victor Taiwo, it's nice to have you on the podium this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Doctor, let's start off with the president's interviews. That of 2 days ago and the one he had with NTA yesterday. Now, very importantly, one of the key takeaways for me was when the president said, two Southwest governors, I'm just going to pick some parts of the speech, said two Southwest governors came to him to complain of the killings of their people by cattle herders. And he said, he told them, go back home and secure your people. You were the ones that campaigned and the people voted for you. Why are you always coming to Abuja to see me? You guys should go back and protect your people. And truly, the governors are supposed to be the chief security officers of their states. Do you agree with the president that the governors should go and see to the protection of their people?
Well, first of all, let me say this before I respond to what you have said. I have traveled all night and days in the last few weeks, so I was unable to listen to the president's speech. Even then, even if I was at home, I wouldn't have listened to his speech because he never makes any sense to me. I wouldn't have gotten 2 minutes to spend listening to the president. It has gotten to that level. Now, responding to the issue you have just raised now, let me commend the president for saying that. Whether it means evil or it means well, for sending the governors back to their homes is fantastic, as far as I'm concerned. And I will say it is very shameful for the president to have gone to for the governors to have gone to the president to make their case when they are the chief security officers of their states. It's a shame on them. I declare it a shame on them. They know what to do. They are just trying to curry the favor of the government for one thing or the other. They have all the instruments to secure their people. Why are they going to the president? It's nonsense.
But the argument of the governors has always been they do not have the security agencies at their command. You call them chief security officers, but then the police is in the care of the federal government. The armed forces, the same thing, even the paramilitary organizations. So how do you expect them to secure their territories?
Any serious-minded governor exploring the little resources at their disposal, exploring the little instruments at their disposal should be able to protect their people. They have security votes. What do they do with their security votes? They take security votes every month. What are they doing with the security votes? Isn't that enough for them to secure their people? Don't they have this Amotekun thing? What are they talking?
Amotekun carries Dane guns. The cattle headers, the invaders, let's put it that way, are said to carry AK-47.
It is all because they are not serious. I dare say that. I'm in the system. I'm in the system of Yoruba land. I'm an authority on Yoruba land. And I know what I'm talking about. They are not serious. The governors are not serious.
How do you think they should have handled this, especially the governors in the southwest? Look at the way Oyo State is gradually being overrun from the Okeogun axis. It got gone again just last week. What do you think should be done differently? If the president is saying secure your people, how should the governors go about this?
Okay, let me put it this way. I've gone a long way on the issue of Yoruba land. I'm an authority on the issue of Yoruba land. We have called a number of meetings where we invited the governors that we people in the Yoruba project, we know how to tackle this security issue. Let us come together and discuss. They never gave the room for it. They never want to see us.
Including Seyi Makinde.
Of course, he's a culprit. Seyi Makinde is a culprit. Go to governor's office and ask them how many letters have written to him on behalf of the Yoruba nation, on the behalf of the Yoruba agitation. He will not even acknowledge. Ask him to attend any meeting right in his secretariat where he presides. He will not even acknowledge you. He won't even send anybody. He behaves as if we don't really matter in Yoruba land. So, ditto, the rest of the governors, you can't even access them. You can't give them any advice. There was a case of when we established Yoruba World Assembly, there is one fantastic woman in London. They call her Erilu Lola Yonide. She happens to be the first black mayor in London. So, he was part of the Yoruba World Assembly, and when we were discussing this issue of security, he said that Yoruba organization should have no business in security matter. That it's just a matter of advising the governors what to do. I say you cannot access these people. He said no, it shouldn't be. I said well, maybe because you are in London, you are in UK, you think the way they run government is the way they run here. I said you don't have access to these people. She says no, just that should not be. Okay, we made a lot of efforts after that. We wrote several letters. We sent people to the governors. We did everything possible. They will not even acknowledge. So we, people in this self-determination organization on Yoruba, in this Yoruba business, Yoruba project, we know how to tackle the security project. We know. Regardless of police, army, whatever, presidency or whatever, we have the key. But they won't listen to you. They won't listen to you. Ask them what are they doing with their security votes. They don't give a damn. And I've accosted them, I've lambasted them, I've written a lot against them. Nobody can fault what I've written against them. They are not serious. I dare say the governors are not serious.
So even I'm very curious, because does it mean even Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, who has taken a more or less pro-Yoruba stance in recent times, has not been forthcoming in terms of engaging your organization?
Well, I would say Akeredolu is hypocritical. It's hypocritical. It's neither here nor there. When he says it's for Yoruba today, he will tell you it's not for Yoruba tomorrow. I know Akeredolu very well. I've encountered him as I wrote in one of my columns. I think before he became the governor, I wrote a letter to him telling him that we need to join hands together on this Yoruba project. I'm a Yoruba irredentist. I have been fighting for the liberation of Yoruba nation into a sovereign state. That has been my preoccupation for the past 27 years. This time I wrote to him that we wanted his hand in this project. And I was very happy when he called me that I should report to his office. Maybe I'm talking about 12 years ago or thereabouts, or 10 years ago. When I got to the office, he said, he had just called me to give me back my letter that he's not interested in Yoruba affair. I was shocked. I was shocked. So I took my letter and returned home. So he now became a governor, and you want him to, and you are surprised that he's not is not inclined on this Yoruba project, I'm not surprised.
But he's been the one speaking. I mean, he was the one who, first of all, declared that headsmen should be flushed out of the forest.
It's hypocritical. It's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. You see, some people just say certain things to please the people. If truly is committed to Yoruba cause, why has he not responded to all the letters I've written to him over the time, up to now? Go ahead, my brother. We can move on to the next topic.
The president was responding to the issue of headers, and he said he had instructed the Attorney General to go dig up gazettes of the First Republic that created cattle routes, all right, when they are moving from the south to the north or from the north to the south. He alluded to the fact that when those routes existed, now, there were not issues of invasion of farmlands. And if there were, now the Grand Cadi or a judge would award damages against the header and in favor of the farmer. And then there were veterinary shops and all that. Now, the president appears to be saying they would be restoring those routes. He said now people have built on those routes and definitely they will be asked to leave so that those routes could be created again. And maybe the tension between farmers and the herders would die off. Do you think this is a permanent solution?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, if the president is saying that, I think he should be saying that to the dogs. He should be telling that to the dogs. Number one, at what stage is he now saying that there were roots after the massacre of several lives, after the destruction of properties, after the genocide, and he looks away. He looks away at every incident, and he's now saying the Attorney General should excavate the roots since the 60s or so. That aside, let the president come out to tell us which country all over the world is still doing open grazing to rear their cattle. Let him just say one country.
He says the situation in Nigeria is peculiar. That we need
to
understand
what is the peculiarity?
The culture of the herders in Nigeria.
What is the peculiarity? What makes how do they breed cattle in Australia? I mean, in Argentina. How do they breed in Brazil? How do they breed in Netherlands? How do they breed all over the world? What is the peculiarity? What is the peculiarity of Nigeria? Why should there be open grazing in the first instance? We are now in a modern age. We are now in a computer age. The issue of open grazing should be deleted on the surface of the earth. But it's just because we are crude, or the government is crude, so let me say that, and they want to remain crude. That's why the issue of open grazing should be glossed in whatever form. It shouldn't happen. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world anymore. Whether they should excavate 163 routes or whatever, it doesn't make any sense. There is a standard way of breeding cattle all over the world. Let us go to that level. As simple as that.
But should every culture not have its own peculiar way? Must it be done the way others are doing
What are you talking about? What peculiarity about breeding of cattle? Tell me the peculiarity. But when you are talking of peculiarity, it's like you are saying, if they breed according to the normal norm, according to the norm, universal norm, the cattle will not survive. Are you saying that? Is that what you are saying? Is that what brings about the issue of peculiarity? What peculiarity are you talking about?
Now, Dr. Taiwo, I interviewed the special advisor to Governor Seyi Makinde on security.
Yes.
Former Commissioner of Police Fatai Osheni.
Yes.
Some months back.
Yes.
And then just last weekend, I interviewed the Bale of Ikotedo.
Yes.
Dr. AKINRINDE.
Yes.
And we were able to agree on something. The fact that when you look at the security situation in the Southwest, especially with reference to Oyo State, it has been established by these people that some bales, some local chiefs, sell land to the herders, or they barter lands with herders.
Yes.
So they take the land, they give the land to the herders and then take cattle in return.
Yes.
Are problems in terms of security not homemade?
Oh, yes. You are correct. You are not far from the truth. That happens. I can confirm that. You see, where you have 12 people, you must have a Judas. It is automatic. You must have a Judas. It is a big shame that among our traditional rulers we have people who are selling our tomorrow, who are mortgaging our tomorrow, the tomorrow of the children yet unborn. It's a pity. It's a pity. I'm very close to General Ike Togun, who is the chairman of the Amotekun thing. You will pity that man, honestly speaking. You pity him if you see the struggle. The struggle is battling with against these headers, boundaries, and all the rest. And to discover that some traditional rulers are behind this thing is very, very bizarre. It's very unfortunate. It's a matter we have to fight. It's a matter we have to fight.
Looking at this, let's go back to the president's submission again.
Okay.
He was asked about the question. It was asked about the lopsided appointments in the security agencies.
Yeah.
And the president said, "Look, we will only work with the people that the soldiers know, the people that the uniformed guys know." He said, taking somebody who has worked 18 years, 15 years, 10 years in that space to be the head of that arm or that outfit of the armed forces is not a challenge. So we do not look at ethnicity. He said, do we now, because we want to balance appointment, take somebody who is not interested to come in and add? And then the argument, people say the argument of the president is valid, because then the appointment is at his own discretion. And then number two, it's about who can do it. In the language of the president, these people have gone through the mill. Now, yet the argument continues. The South has been sidelined in the appointment to key positions in the armed forces. Do you not think the position of the president is valid?
Well, I'm going to answer the question, in the dual way. I am a progressive. I believe in anything that will make the government work. Like my hero used to say, Dr. Tai Sholani, he said, if the people who are going to make Nigeria work well are all derived from Ikene, let it be. If the people that were going to make Nigeria work are all derived from Kafansha, let it be. But in this particular case, it's not a matter of saying we have the best from this part of the country. So what Buhari is saying is that the best people can run the countries from the north. It is absolute nonsense. Because when we are talking of capabilities, oh God, the Southwest, you cannot match them. You cannot match the Yorubas. Across the board, across all professions, across all disciplines, across all endeavors, you can never match the Yorubas. They are just up there. So if you now say the Northerners are the only people who can run the government, it is absolute nonsense. I rest my case.
Now let's come back to this. I want to come back home because I know the Yoruba project is of very critical importance to you.
Oh, yeah.
Some say restructuring is the way to go.
Yeah.
Do you agree that restructuring is the way to go?
Well, for all I know, there is nothing like restructuring because it doesn't work in Nigeria.
Maybe I should even hold you there, Dr. Victor.
Yes.
Let's go back in time.
Okay.
I watched an interview by Mr. Gbadamosi in Lagos State, a former gubernatorial candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Awolowo made a mistake keeping Nigeria together with the North at independence.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned Tai Sholari as your mentor, right?
Yes.
Now, do you agree that Awolowo made a mistake?
It's not a matter of me agreeing. You see, let me tell you the point. Okay, let me quickly tell you this story. Sometime in the year 1994 or 95, 95. I wrote a book The book is one of the best books ever produced by any authors in the world on Nigeria. The title is Nigerian Gunpowder. There was this, I was arguing with Chibolage, the man I love so much. You are making argument on, I'm pro-Yoruba liberation, a Yoruba nation, independent nation. Bolage was pro-Nigeria at that time. But I love the man very much. He will always give the younger ones the opportunity to argue, to exchange intellectualism, you know. So we were arguing. I took my own case to him that I'm into this project of Yoruba liberation, and I had to convince him why he had to support us. So we were on the argument for about a month, for about an hour. He was pro-Nigeria, I was pro-Yoruba. Then at a point, I had to give him a body slam. I said, well, Baba, I used to call him Baba. But even this Nigeria thing you are just talking about, even your leader regretted it. He said, which leader? I said, Awolowo. He was shocked. He said, Victor, what do you mean? Do you have the tape? Do you have the evidence? Do you have the this? Do you have that? And so on and so forth. I said, yes, I do, sir. Can you let me have your facts? Okay, I said, I just wrote a book. I'll bring the book to you. Then I flagged the page. I gave the book to him. He read for the first time where Awolowo regretted not taking Yoruba land out of Nigeria.
How did Bolage not know that?
He didn't know.
Closeness?
He didn't know. Let me tell you. Awolowo discussed that issue privately with one of his confidants. The person is still alive today. They call him Chief Mike Omaleye. Awolowo is one of his closest confidants. And it was, how did it happen? Omaleye is a mystic. He's a mystic. He's a man of spiritual power. They were in the same range with Awolowo, you know. They had a kind of a relationship, a mystical relationship with Justice Thompson.
Like a private cult?
No, I won't call it cult. No, I won't call it cult. It's not cult.
More like brotherhood.
Oh, yes, something like that. So Justice Thompson, one Professor Awokoya, Chief Mike Omaleye, and Awolowo, 4 of them. Then Omaleye now told him one day, Baba, do you know that Oduduwa did not send you to Nigeria? Oduduwa sent you to Yoruba land. This is where we are having the problems. And Awolowo said, wow. Nobody ever told me this. If I had been told, I would have taken Yoruba land out of Nigeria in the late 60s when NDL took Cameroon, Northern Cameroon, Southern Cameroon out of Nigeria. Say, wow. Oh, if I had known, Yoruba land would have shown other people the way. That was his lamentation and regret. So I wrote that in the book and I gave to Bolage. When Bolage read it, I said, you can call this man and confirm. And he confirmed. I said, wow. That was how I was able to convince Bolage to start thinking Yoruba nation. That was how I was able to win him. So I was the one that actually made the thing open. I still have the book. The book is still there, Nigerian Gunpowder. Go to page 387, you find it.
But the same Bolage ended up working with Obasanjo's government.
Well, that was a great mistake he made. The greatest mistake.
Was it a selfish move?
Oh, well, I don't want to make comment on that. I don't want to make comment
I thought for the benefit of listeners, for the sake of
history.
Okay,
for the sake of the people, I would say, as I said, it was one of the greatest mistakes he made.
Did you have a conversation with him?
Of course.
Because now, some people opined that Bolage did that as a way of getting back at those who abandoned him in 1999, in the build-up to the 1999 elections, when they chose Falaye over him. He believed that he was outplayed and he was unfairly treated by the rest of the Afenifere.
The appointment is not even the issue. The appointment is not even the issue. Let me say this. On July 12, 1998, I convened the first successful meeting of all Yoruba groups all over the world. The first coalition of Yoruba organizations. I was the one convening the meeting. We had the meeting in Chibolage's house. So at that meeting, we all resolved. And incidentally, before that day, I always think ahead of other people. I have that grace. Before Abiola died, I had decided to convene the meeting of all the Yoruba leaders, all Yoruba groups. And in fact, I was distributing the letters around all the states of Yoruba land. I was right in the house of Chief B.C. Akonde in Lagos, in his Lagos home, where I went to dispatch his own letter. In fact, I slept overnight in his house. I was right in the house when one of his tenants came in. Baba, do you know what has happened now? Abiola has been killed. Abiola has been killed. That was how we got to know that Abiola was killed. That. So I was right in the house of Chibolage, distributing the letters for the meeting of 12th July, 1998. So, because of the incident of Abiola's death, it was a very, very well attended meeting on July 12th. We held a meeting in Chibolage's house, and it was there that we decided, and we decided massively that Yoruba is going. Yoruba must go. Yoruba is no more having anything to do with Nigeria. We have to make that declaration. That was the consensus. And it was like there were heavy oaths. Heavy oaths that day. Heavy oaths. I think you know what I mean.
You guys took an oath?
Let me put it that way. Everybody, we all went on oath. They are not going back on Yoruba nation. And, I remember the whole house giving the assignment of writing the speech to that effect to myself and Dr. Frederick Faseun. The two of us.
The factional leader of the OPC.
Yes, that two of us should go and write the speech for Adesoya to read. So, but Faseun said, well, Victor, you live in Ibadan, you can do that, so I'll give to Shibalagi for transmission to. So I was the one who drafted the speech for Senator Ibrahim Adesoya. So there was this meeting that was to take place on 3rd August 1998. It took place. We expected that speech to be read at that point. But incidentally, before the meeting, Abdul Salami had invited Bola Ige and Adesoya to Abuja, that he was going to return to democracy. So I think the people just went for that. They abandoned our agreement. The two of them abandoned our agreement. They just went headlong for the political something. So when we got to the Premier Hotel, we just discovered that the Afenifere people had already concluded an agreement to go for politics.
Music had changed.
The music has changed. So it was a kind of betrayal, serious betrayal. Serious betrayal. So here we are today. Here we are today in Yoruba land. That's the story.
On a lighter note, the oath you took, the oath did not fight back.
Well,
was it not a mystical oath?
How will you say it did not fight back? How will you say it did not fight back? How will you say that? Why did Chibolage have to die the way he died?
I'm going to take a break. When I come back from this commercial break, my conversation with Dr. Victor Taiwo will continue. Don't go anywhere.
FM 94.9.
gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa náà ti ṣe mọ̀ pé ìmọ́tótó borí àrùn gbogbo èyí ló dífá fún pé a gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣọ́ra pẹ̀lú ohunkóhun tí a bá fẹ́ máa tì bọ ẹnu wa pàtàkì àwọn oúnjẹ tó yẹ kó ṣe àǹfààní fára Akinte Farms Nigeria Limited ló ní a lè jẹ ìgbádùn ẹja yíyan pẹ̀lú gbogbo àǹfààní tó yẹ kó ṣe láàgọ̀ ara wa Akinte oven dried fish gan ni ojúlówó ẹja tó bọ́ pátápátá lọ́wọ́ àwọn eṣinṣin gbogbo ìdọ̀tí inú rẹ̀ ńlá ti yọ kúrò oven tó yàtọ̀ sí iná ilé ìfin làfihàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ló gbaná sára dáadáa tó sì jìnnà wọ̀nú tán yányán bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ ní Akinte Farms à ń ṣe àwọn ètò ọ̀gbìn bíi poultry piggery fishery ẹ̀yìn títà àti day old chicks àti ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí bí a ti ṣe mọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ dídá oko láti ra Akinte dried fish tí yín ẹ máa bọ̀ tààrà wá sí ilé iṣẹ́ wa Akinte Farms Nigeria Limited tó wà ní Dominion Shopping Complex ládojúkọ Akinjo filling station along Ológun Ẹrú Ẹlẹ́yẹlé road Ìbàdàn fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ lè pè wá sórí 0814-528-1408 Akinte Farms Nigeria Limited lóní má jẹ ẹjakẹja Akinte oven dried fish gan ló yẹ kó yàn láàyò.
Uncle Dentist, what are cavities and how does Colgate protect my teeth from cavities? Does it use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Most tooth pains are caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavities.
It's time to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Keeps cavities out!
Colgate is recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
All right, the conversation continues on the podium with Dr. Victor Taiwo. Now, we moved away from discussing the president's speech to discussing Yoruba land and the politics of restructuring and self-determination. Dr. Taiwo.
Yes.
What is it about Yorubas and betrayal of a common cause? Awolowo complained that he was betrayed serially by his own people. There was a Ladoke Akitola angle to his story. MKO Abiola also complained that he was betrayed. In fact, there were reports after his death that some Yoruba leaders teamed up with Abacha to help Abacha establish his government. I asked Chief Ayo Adebanjo when I interviewed him last year his role in helping Abacha to stabilize. Chief Ayo Adebanjo deflected. I'm also asking you now, as a historian of Yorubas, as the man who has been driving some of the most critical political projects of Yoruba land, what is it with Yorubas and politics? Maybe you want to touch on the aspect of Awolowo's pains before he died. You want to talk about how Bola Ige felt betrayed and how he also betrayed the Yoruba cause, like you said, and what happened with MKO Abiola during his time. Why are Yorubas this way?
Well, let me put it this way. When I wrote my book 27 years ago, 1994, this Nigerian combat gunpowder, I really lambasted our Yoruba people. That they were disunited, they were disjointed, they are not serious, they are betrayers, they are this and that. Serious rebuke. But when I now got deeper into this self-determination project, where I had to move to other regions in quest for relationship for other regions, like the Southeast, the South-South, and the rest, I discovered that this betrayal thing is universal. It's not peculiar to Yorubas alone. It is a kind of universal phenomenon. So I've now made up my mind that, well, betrayal is part of life. You just have to live with it. Even Jesus Christ was betrayed. Even Prophet Muhammad was betrayed. Even God himself was betrayed by his deputy, Lucifer, Morningstar. So what are we talking about? So the betrayal thing is part of life. You just have to manage it. Once you know you are occupying a leadership position, you are doing this type of thing we are doing, you must be prepared for betrayal, even from the unexpected angles. So it is a universal thing. So we should not really, dwell too much on that. Let's move ahead.
So let's go to this now. For you, is it restructuring or self-determination? Because some key personalities in Yoruba land, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, for example, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, another one, are proponents of restructuring. They say restructuring is fine. In fact, as at last week, Obasanjo said, those who are pushing for self-determination are ignorant people.
Well,
which side are you on? Restructuring, self-determination?
Well, you see, when there are issues on ground, I don't think it is proper to say so the people who go right are stupid, or the people who go left are unserious. You just have to defend your own line. For Obasanjo to have said some people are stupid or foolish, I think it's absolutely wrong of him. absolutely wrong of him because, well, one thing with Obasanjo is that he has always seen himself as a repository of wisdom and a monopoly of intelligence, which is not. History will always judge Obasanjo. I won't say more than that. Well, talking of restructuring, well, in the case of Ayu Adebanjo, not Ayu Adebanjo as a person, but Afenifere. You see, there are several organizations in Yoruba land. Several organizations numbering over 100. I'm the registrar of Yoruba organizations across the world. I've been the registrar since as far back as 1998. So there are several organizations with different dispositions and inclinations. So, some are for restructuring, some are for self-determination, some are for economic empowerment, some are for leadership training, some are for agricultural development, and so on and so forth. And some are even for unity of the country. And yet we all call ourselves Yoruba organizations. So Afenifere, as an organization, its position has always been restructuring. They forever want to remain within Nigeria. They forever want to play politics. So the restructuring thing will always pay them. That's their position. Now, in the case of my own organization, for example, Oodua Redemption Alliance, the first self-determination organization, our position has always been, let Yoruba nation go. We never shifted ground up to this moment. We have been consistent, very, very consistent, and it is based on our conviction. I have discovered that when you are talking about restructuring, it's like you still want to remain in Nigeria. Remaining in Nigeria does not pay us. I have a dream that Africa should change. Africa as a whole. I'm not talking of Africa as a whole. Africa is operating at the lowest ebb of the universal being, universal existence. While other races of the world are already flying beyond the sky, beyond the moon, we are still, we are still rigmaroling on the same spot. And I think that somebody has to lift Africa. And the only way we can do that is to get a country, an African country developed. And by so doing, it will be a kind of template for other Africans to adopt. So that's my dream. And I think the only country that can do that is Yoruba nation. We have all it takes. In fact, my dream is to take Yoruba land to the status of a superpower first world country within a period of 10 years after actualizing our nation. That's my dream. 10 years, we are up there as an economic power, a military power, a technological power, a superpower, a first world country. We can do it. Russia did it within 10 years. Singapore did it within 10 years. We can do it. That's my dream. Now, if we don't have our own liberation as a separate entity, there's no way we can do that. Nigeria will never get to that level. Nigeria will never. So let us get out of this place. Then let us transform our country to that system. So if we are not talking of restructuring, you are talking of being in Nigeria, which will not even be possible. Anyway, restructuring is not possible. Because if you have to go restructuring, then it means everybody has to sit down together at a round table and work things out. Are these people who are saying they want to capture the whole of Nigeria, the whole of Nigeria is their land? Will they listen to you to sit down together to talk of restructuring? What are people talking about?
But then will they also listen to you to say you want to break away?
It is not our business to whether they listen to us or not. That's not the issue. We are not even talking to them.
How will that be effective? Who are you talking to?
Forget about that. We know how to get this thing done.
Is that not treason?
It's not a matter of treason.
The government says it is treason. The Constitution says it is treason.
No. It's not treason. It is everything is entrenched in the Constitution, in the Universal Constitution, United Nations, OAU, freedom of the the freedom the freedom to self-determination.
But you see how IPOB has been treated over time.
Well,
does that not give you concern?
That it is a kind of.
Nnamdi Kanu had to run out of Nigeria.
It is a kind of maltreatment. I see it as a kind of maltreatment. Okay, if the Boko Haram people are being embraced by the government, and the people who are not holding guns are being terrorized, it is abnormal. It is abnormal. It is not right. It's a kind of terrorism from the government.
Dr. Taiwo, is your organization working with other regions, other actualization or self-determination movements in other regions?
Oh, yes.
Knowing that the Southeast does not trust the Yorubas.
We are working together.
How are you working together? Because some of them still hold it. I've spoken with a few who still hold it that Awolowo was the main reason Biafra failed.
That is a misconception or deceit or self-deceit, so to say. There's no evidence to that effect. You see, most of the people who do not actually know history will tell you this story, that Awolowo betrayed. In what sense? They cannot prove it.
They said there was an agreement with Awolowo.
There was no agreement
that
anywhere.
Both the Igbos and the Yorubas would move out at the same time.
There was no agreement.
But Awolowo backed out at the last minute.
Go and read your history very well. Go and do your research very well. There was nothing like that. Now, talking of working together, it's no secret that we have been working together with the other regions. As I told you, Southeast, South-South, Southwest, we think alike. And it's just a matter of looking for the people who think our way. There are several organizations in Yoruba land. There are several organizations in the Southeast, several organizations in the South. So, for example, let me put it this way. Afenifere wants to remain in Nigeria. Ohanaeze Ndigbo wants to remain in Nigeria. So they relate. Are you getting my point? So Ohanaeze is not speaking for the whole of the whole of Igbo. IPOB wants to have his freedom. We want to have our freedom, but it doesn't mean that because we share the same aspiration, our ideology are in tandem. No, it doesn't matter. We may not be able to work together with IPOB, but you have other people that think our way. IPOB is not the only organization in the East. There are more powerful organizations in the East, in the Southeast, more than IPOB.
The IPOB is the most visible.
It's most visible. It doesn't matter that you are visible. It doesn't really matter. It's the person who can deliver.
IPOB declared a stay at home, and people stayed at home.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. It's only people who can deliver. But the time will tell. So we relate with people, serious-minded organizations there. And I created this forum since as far back as year 2000, that's 21 years ago. We call it Coalition of Southern Nigeria Regional Fronts, COSONIREF. We have been existing since then. We are still existing today. So the unity is there, the cooperation is there. We don't make noise about it. So we are working together.
I want to ask this one before I open the phone lines for listeners to engage. Meanwhile, if you're listening to us, you can engage Dr. Taiwo or make your contributions by calling 070-55,949 and 080-97,949. 070-55,949 and 080-97,949. You complained about none of the Southwest governors responding to you.
Yeah.
They don't reply your letters. They don't want to meet with you. Do you not think that your hard line posture on self-determination is a turn-off for them? Maybe they do not want to associate with somebody who could be charged with treason any time from now.
Well,
they don't want to be an accessory to a crime.
When we are talking about security, there are two different issues. First issue is the issue of sovereignty. The issue is the security of the land. When we are talking of the security of the land, after all, you have to study the blueprint, because you say you don't want to see this person. You have to study the blueprint and see how this thing can work. But you don't even want to. So the issue of being hardline or not.
Maybe they just couldn't trust you, Dr. Taiwo.
It's not about me. It's not. Look, when you say they don't want to trust me, without being immodest, without being immodest, for what record can show, since as far back as year 1996, I've been in the position of authority to call on Yoruba groups to meetings. I don't pose a stress to them, even though we don't share the same ideology. I have that respect. Like somebody, I won't mention, well, maybe I can mention the name, one Otumba Deji, the man who owns the Space FM. He told people, he said, if you want to call Yoruba organization, nobody can do it except Victor. He's the only one people listen to. And I've had that grace. When I want to call the meetings of Yoruba organizations all over the world, when I blow the whistle, everybody's there. So, are the governors not Yorubas? So, it's not a matter of being throwing a hard line. It's not a matter of maybe they don't want to listen to. When we are talking of security, this is security. Let us address the issue of security. Why are they not always? It's not a matter of me alone. They don't want to listen to anybody. That's the point. They just want to toe their own line. It's not a matter of maybe I serve as a threat to them. No, that's not the issue. That's not the issue.
One final question before we go on commercial break. Have you met Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
I've never met him.
Not ever?
I've never met him. We have sat together at one forum.
No one-on-one session?
No one-on-one discussion. He never gave room for it.
Did you attempt it?
Oh, of course, several times. He never gave room for it. For what he is.
What is he?
Oh, for what you know about him.
I don't know anything except the fact that he's a former governor of Lagos State.
Okay.
And he's a leader of the APC. Okay. What do you know about him?
Okay, what I know about him is that if some of us are fighting the interests of the people, fighting the interests of Yoruba land, working for the tomorrow, good tomorrow of Yoruba people, can you find them there? You can't find him there.
He says he loves Yoruba land.
No, he doesn't.
He fought for the emergence of Osinbajo as vice president to Buhari.
That is not the issue.
Now he's at the forefront of the charge for power to return to the southwest.
That is not the love for Yoruba land. Building people for positions is not. Is Osinbajo just having the interest of the Yorubas now? It's like a slave in the cage.
What did you expect Tinubu to do that he hasn't done?
Oh, okay.
Remember, Tinubu was part of Nadeco that fought for the restoration of the June 12 mandate.
After that, has it been restored? Has June 12 been restored?
What are your expectations of Tinubu?
Okay. Let me say, when Tinubu was appointed as the chancellor of Lautech, let us take it from that level. And there were various crises in the university for years, so to say. Did Tinubu utter a single word as the chancellor to resolve the issue? Go to history. Tell me when he went to Lautech to resolve the problem in Lautech. Up to now, as the chancellor, let's put that aside. The Fulani carnage that we've been witnessing over the years. Tell me a time that Tinubu came out to address the issue. And yet, he was the one who emplaced the authority in Nigeria today. He could not talk to Buhari that your people are killing my people. So what type of leadership is that?
We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, the phone lines will be opened. You can engage Dr. Victor Taiwo, 070 55949 and 080 97949. Right after this commercial break. Please don't go anywhere.
FM 94.9.
tèmi ó dẹ̀ rọrùn fún mi láti máa ṣorin fún yín ṣùgbọ́n ṣé mo kó tó tún rọrùn fún mi jù láti ṣe àsopọ̀ NIN mi àti ẹ̀ka ìpè Glo mi mo lè mú ẹ̀rọ ìpè mi kí n sì tẹ *109*NIN# tàbí kí n pe 109 lórí ẹ̀ka ìpè Glo mi kí n sì tẹ̀lé àwọn ìfilọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ Tí kò bá wù mí láti pè, mo lè tẹ àtẹ̀ránṣẹ́ NIN mi sí 109. Mo lè kàn sórí glowworld.com/NIN pẹ̀lú íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ayárabíàṣá mi. Tí kò bá sún mi tí ò rẹ̀ mí, mo lè yà ní ẹ̀ka Glow World tó súnmọ́ mi jù. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti gbàgbé NIN rẹ, tẹ *346# láti rí gbà padà. Ẹlòmíì lè béèrè wípé tí n bá ní NIN kọ̀, kò burú. Glow jẹ́ igi lẹ́yìn ọgbà ẹ. Nítorí o lè yan fandawọ èyíkéyìí Glow World tó súnmọ́ ẹ jù, kó sì ṣe forúkọsílẹ̀. Ìrọ̀rùn ló bá dé. Má jẹ́ kán já ẹ̀ka ìpè Glow rẹ o. Nítorí àwọn àǹfààní tó pọ̀ sí ìpè àti data látọwọ́ Glow àti so NIN rẹ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ka Glow rẹ ó rọrùn gidi, kò léwu, ọ̀fẹ́ ni, kò sì ní wàhálà rárá.
Glow Unlimited.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No, dear. Na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pains wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth, wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
This is what you hear on Sunday.
You were beautiful.
This is what happens before Sunday.
Where are the teams? One more slip up and you are out. Do you understand? It's rehearsal time, everybody.
Where's my dress? So
watch Countdown to Showtime, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the intense rehearsals, painful setbacks, and all the drama as the contestants battle for the ultimate prize on Nigerian Idol. Countdown to Showtime, only on Showmax.com.
32 FM 94.9.
All right, we can begin to take calls now. 070-55,949 and 080-97,949. You can engage my guest for the next 5 minutes. Please keep it short, straight to the point, and temper your language, please. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Southwest Ward 12. My name is Adeni.
Adeni, okay. Please go ahead. 30 seconds.
Yeah, please. The question I have for the guest, Dr. Victor Taiwo is, one, I want him to tell us the real authentic Yoruba leader. Because for some of us, I'm over 50, there's always been a controversy about the leadership of Yoruba. So I want him to, with a vast knowledge of the Yoruba architecture and map of Yoruba land, who is the authentic leader of Yoruba land? Two, what role will he expect Asiwaju Tinubu to play in the political space of Yoruba land? And what role, and he should tell us, maybe mention the name of 3 viable, credible candidates that can vie for presidency in 2023. That's my question.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was very, very short. Okay. So he said, who, in your opinion, who is a Yoruba leader presently?
That's a serious question. A very, very serious question. I'm at the center of it. Way back year 2015, the Fulani carnage you are witnessing today had been revealed to me. I'm a visionary. I saw it coming. And I was so worried. I had to start moving around Yoruba land, thinking of who can be our leader, how to bring all the organizations together. You know, I had to visit Chief Olaniwa Ajayi, who was one of the elders of Yoruba land, year 2015. And I made my worries known to him, that I saw trouble coming. And all we could do is to bring together the organization so that we can be united and have a single leader. I said, well, hey Victor, I'm too old at 90, at 91. I'm too old to be a leader. I can do it. Okay, I said, Baba, can you recommend somebody to me? He said, well, go to Ayo Adebanjo. Ayo Adebanjo is capable of of occupying the position. Okay, I put the call through to Chief Ayo Adebanjo. I booked an appointment, I went to his house. Baba, we need a leader in Yoruba land. I saw trouble coming. So, I want to propose that you be our official leader. In fact, we had enough time to talk. Because right from his house in Lagos, we traveled together to Ojebode in his car. So we had enough time to discuss. But the sum total of it is that the man, if he said he was not interested. in the leadership. So what next? I was thinking of from 2015, 2016, 2017, I was still thinking of who could give us leadership. None. But when Professor Banji Akintoye came from overseas in the year 2016, and I started watching his activities, delivering one lecture or the other here and there. So I saw that he was pro-Yoruba nation, my dream. So I had to befriend, I had to fraternize with him, and I started watching him. At a point, I had to go to him that, Baba, we need a leader in Yoruba land. Trouble has come already. I saw trouble coming in 2015, but as at 2018, that trouble has already come. How to salvage it, how to mitigate it, I discussed with him that we need to bring all the organizations together to be into unity and get a leader. So after a long story, it's a long story anyway, but just let me summarize it. He agreed to it, to being the leader after a lot of convictions. But initially he was worried about the leadership of Adebanjo, Fashonochi, and so on. And I told him I had already gone through that. I'd already worked on those areas. That he's the next person who can do it. And he agreed. So that was what made me to bring together all the organizations in Yoruba land on 22nd August.
To endorse him.
Which happened in Ibadan. So 22nd August 2019 was a miracle day. So that was how we were able to elect Professor Banji Akintoye as Yoruba leader. But along the line, something bizarre happened. Okay. The organization Yoruba Council of Yoruba World Congress that we built collapsed. It collapsed. That's a long story as well, which we may not have.
We're going to come to that one day because I'm bringing you back.
Yeah. So this organization collapsed, and it collapsed with the leadership because Professor Akintoye was the leader, and the thing collapsed on his head. So, in essence, for now, Yoruba is leaderless.
Okay. So number two, he was asking, what roles do you expect Tinubu to play in the present political
situation? I expect a patriot to fight for his people, not just personal ambition. Tinubu is just ambitious for his position. He wants to be president. That's why he's blind to the problem of his people. When I see come out to say Yoruba people are suffering, let me solve this problem. There were cases of fire incidents in this place. He did not go to anywhere to say have this money, and he took 50 million to the north. So whose interest is he serving? He's serving his own personal interest. If people like us don't know where Tinubu is serving the interest of Yoruba, it means he's not interested in our affairs. He's just interested in his personal affairs. As simple as that. What's the third question?
The third question, the caller was asking you to recommend 3 people that you think could be leaders, could vie for the presidency from Yoruba land in 2023.
For the presidency, how can I give names of people for the position that I don't believe in? Don't believe in Nigeria anymore. How can I now say somebody can go for the presidency?
One last caller very quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Okikiola. I was the first caller.
Okay, very well. 30 seconds, please. Very quickly.
Okay, I want to commend your guest that you brought, being bold. But I see him as somebody who is a self-acclaimed leader because he never recognized the interest of the 15 million people that brought our president to power. And he asked us to call him a trash and a dog. And he never respected any leaders.
No, he didn't call him a dog. He didn't call him a dog. He said, tell it to the dogs.
Let me make my point.
Okay.
And he said he was the one that wrote the highest and the best book in the whole world. And because it's a Yoruba self-acclaimed, I just see him as somebody who is just ranting on a radio station because...
Okay, go easy now. Temper your language, please. Go easy.
Okay. Now, my point is that we should learn how to be a leader to talk to people rightly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kiki. All right. Okay, I guess that's... can I squeeze in one more? Let me squeeze in one more. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, please. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling calling from Ibadan. Let me quickly just ask the question.
30 seconds. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let me paraphrase that question. Since he doesn't believe in Nigeria in 2023, give us 3 likely names that can govern Yoruba nation when we go regional.
Okay, thank you.
Well, the way to answer that is that leaders do evolve. Leaders do evolve, and the leaders would naturally evolve. As simple as that.
Okay, very well. Dr. Victor Taiwo, I think you will have to come back. I'm going to bring you again because we need to discuss the issue of leadership in Yoruba land. The issues around the Yoruba World Congress, what happened with Professor Banji Akitoye, and what is the way forward. I mean, we didn't have enough time today, and we're going to do this again. So this is the promise I'm going to make to our listeners and viewers on YouTube, of course, that very soon Dr. Victor Taiwo will be back on the podium. We're going to dig a bit deeper into the into Yoruba issues, of course, as they concern politics and leadership. And by that time, I should have gone through 1 or 2 of Dr. Victor's works so that we can then look into them and ask specific questions on his thoughts. All right. And then that day, I assure you that we would have at least 30 minutes for callers to engage him. You will ask your questions, you will query his thoughts, and I'm sure he's going to be more than happy to engage you too.
Please let me be in 1 minute. Let me quickly. I love my friend Okikiola, but he must have misunderstood me. I never called President Buhari a trash. I said he should tell his story to the dogs. So
yeah,
I never call him a trash.
That's true.
Then I never said I've written the highest books in the world. I never said that. I said the book Nigeria on Gunpowder is one of the best books on Nigeria. That's what I said. I never said I've written the highest book. I couldn't have written the highest books anyway.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Tao. Nice clarification there. Thank you for coming on the podium this morning. God bless you. I wish you a very beautiful weekend.
Thank you.
My bags, I'm leaving town. I bought a one-way ticket. I ain't coming back. It's goodbye, friends, and goodbye, folks. I'm heading for the city, and that's my home.
All right, and then this is Timmy Dakolo playing Wish Me Well, talking about Plan B. This is a chat to Governor Seyi Makinde. Governor Seyi Makinde, stop sitting on your hands. Oyo State is burning. Igogo is under siege. Okiogo is under siege. You can't continue to sit on your hands. This excuse of, oh, the federal government is not supporting us, should die now. The president spoke in very clear terms on Arise TV. He said, let the governors go secure their states. Now you have your marching orders from the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Whatever you have to do to secure your state has to be done. If you have to arm the Amotekun, arm them. The president says go and do whatever you have to do. I am of the opinion that whichever way those who support politicians get AK-47, whichever way those invaders get AK-47, Amoteku also should get AK-47. If there is AK-59, you should give it to them. Secure your state. This state must not burn in your hands. This state must not go down in your hands. Enough of playing politics. Enough of us running perception game. And for those in the opposition who play politics with the security of lives and property. You should remember that when the invasion gets to your doorsteps, nobody is going to ask you if you're pro-Makinde or anti-Makinde. Nobody cares if you're PDP or APC. When they want blood, they just want to see blood. This is the time for everybody to come together and fight for the safety of our dear state. Governor Seyi Makinde, now is the time to work. The president said no governor should come crying to him again. Secure the state, do whatever it takes, or your state must be safe and this bloodshed must stop. And for those governors that the president accused of getting 300 million naira for a local government and then forcing local government chairman to sign for 100 million, we're going to come for you. We're going to beam our searchlight on you. The president has said it now. We will begin to look out for you guys. That's the program on the podium this morning. My name is HEZEKIAH OLUWASEUN AKINRINDE. I thank you for listening to me. Next Saturday, 8 a.m., we'll have another interesting session. Please stay safe. God bless you. Have a beautiful weekend.